What's up, Panda Parade? It's the Master of Pandemonium, Kurraku Zero here with a new Brawl deck this week. Make sure to leave a like on this video, check out the links in the description, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm doing today's videos a bit differently, so after the deck tech, we'll be doing a meta breakdown, and after that, we're going to see how well this deck does against other meta Brawl decks. These matches are going to be sped up with me doing a voiceover, so we'll get through a lot of matches in a short amount of time, while still seeing full gameplay as we understand how to use the deck. Tell me if you like this video format better in the comments below. This deck started out as what I called Planeswalker Pile, but actually ended up being good. Our commander is Kenrith the Return King, and he's really here for multiple reasons. So Kenrith the Return King says, for 1 red, all creatures gain trample and haste until the end of turn. For 1 and a green, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. For 2 and a white, target player gains 5 life. For 3 and a blue, target player draws a card. And 4 and a black, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under its owner's control. So those are all the things that Kenrith can do. So sometimes we won't even play Kenrith, and other times we'll be needing some of these abilities depending on the situation. For the rest of the deck, it's all planeswalkers and removal. So we have planeswalkers in here that create creatures for us, most noticeably Ashiok, Nightmare Muse, Kurraku, Nissa, Muyan Ling, Saheeli, and Sarkhan. As you'll see in the video, Sarkhan can be a great win con for us late game. Saheeli Sublime Artificer will be excellent early game, so each time you cast a planeswalker, you'll also get a 1/1 creature token. Ajani Strength of the Pride is a great card, not only because it gives you creatures, but also gives you life gain. I found out a really cool combo where I used Saheeli Sublime Artificer's -2 ability to turn one of the artifacts into a cat token, and then gain life, which made the artifact keep its token even after the end of the turn, and it turned back into a 1/1 artifact. Domri and Nissa are going to be our ramp planeswalkers. Domri can only give us 1 mana per turn, but Nissa will double all of our forests. Other cards that help us ramp are cards like Chromatic Lantern, which is super helpful when running a 5-color deck. Mana Geode and Arcane Signet helps as well. So Domri is probably going to be more noticeable as a removal card since its fight feature -2 ability. Liliana Dreadhorde General is more noticeable as a removal card as well with her -4 ability. It can also pretty well nicely with Kurraku if you have the wolves on the field. The Wanderer makes excellent removal late game as its -2 ability of exiling creatures with a power 4 or greater, while also protecting you and other cards from non-combat damage. Other removal we have in this deck include Despark, Vanishing Light, Prison Realm, and Planar Cleansing. Now, the perfect opening hand in this deck would be to have either some form of removal in mana ramp in your opening hand, or some quick drop planeswalkers like Saheeli or Teo the Shield Mage. This deck is very versatile in mid-range, so sometimes you'll want to go on the all-out attack, and sometimes you'll want to hold off and play defensively until you play Sarkhan and get Garruk's Emblem off. So now I want to talk about the Brawl meta and what you'll mostly be facing with this deck. The Brawl meta seems about the same since Theros' release. One of the top decks to beat is still Golos. Our chances of Golos are about 50-50 with this deck, and we need to be on a quick start. If Golos manages to get off its ability a few times, then we're pretty much done for. Korvold is still meta, and this deck does pretty well against it. Korvold is a key component of that deck, and fortunately it takes him a while to come out, and hopefully by then we have some type of removal for it. Talia Zenith Seeker will also give us some problems unless we find Muyan Ling early on like we did in our matchup. Ritual of Soot makes great removal for the insane way that Kalia can put flyers in early game. Euro Titan of Nature's Wrath seems to be gaining popularity in Brawl now that it's the Simic ramp on the block, which is pretty cool because now you get life gain from it and card draw. And It's a bit slow to start, so you can start setting up your planeswalkers from the start and hopefully overtake the board before they ramp up to do what they want to do. Niv-Mizzet Perrin is a pretty good matchup in our favor in this meta. No problems really there. We want to see the Wanderer in these matchups, plus a lot of removal. Narset is also an excellent card for these matchups to keep off the draw effects. Niv-Mizzet Reborn is another matchup who also wants to do what we do with this deck in some cases. To me, Kenrith makes a better commander for this, so with Niv, you'll be able to search out more cards from your deck. But we manage the same effect with Cameo, Collector of Tales. Now, I know that puts us at a disadvantage of not being able to cast it when we want, but I think it's much better late game to cast Kenrith and be able to use a myriad of abilities and have a cheaper commander to get out that's still lots of colors. All in all, this deck does really well in most meta matchups, so with that said, let's look at the gameplay footage of these matches, plus a few more off-meta matches as well. For today's video, we'll be using arenabrawl.net. So if you ever want to play Brawl and you don't want to spend 10,000 gold, just head on over to arenabrawl.net and type in your player name, hit find a game, and then you will be matched up with the person that's ready to play Brawl. Okay, first matchup is Liliana Dreadhorde General. So this opening hand doesn't look too good. We mulligan it. This one looks better. We have a Tail of the Shield Mage that we can start out with, so we'll go ahead and keep it. So first turn we throw down Steam Vents, pass the turn. Nothing from the opponent. We put down the planes that we need. Alright, drew that third mana source so we didn't have to use our Fabled Passage. Now we create a wall here and pass the turn. Oh, Noxious Glass from the opponent. See, that's the thing about the black decks. There is Planeswalker removal, but other than that, you're not going to really have much Planeswalker removal in Brawl. So now we can throw down our Fabled Passage. Let's see what colors do we need. So we go ahead and we'll get a forest here. Now we can Vraska. Take that away. Alright, Nightmare Shepherd, so a little bit nastier to be afraid of. So we go ahead and we can Wanderer here. Use the Wanderer's ability to get rid of that. And use Vraska's Plus, don't sack anything. Let's see, what are we getting out of our opponent here? A Cauldron Familiar. Oh, you're still seeing cat decks in Brawl, unlike the standard meta. Alright, so we Hallow Fountain here, that can go in tap because we really don't have anything to play. So Ajani the Great-Hearted here. So we want to go ahead and get our Planeswalkers out here. So that way next turn we can Sarkhan and have a full board of 4/4 Planeswalkers. Alright, so Liliana, they create a zombie token there. They go in for Vraska. We go ahead and block one because we can. We take out the Cauldron Familiar. Okay, so Elspeth conquers death. Gets rid of the Liliana that we need there. Alright, so we go ahead and plus on the Vraska now. Go ahead and plus on the Ajani there. Give us 3 life, so we go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent. Alright, so Clackbridge Troll, we go ahead and stack that. Our opponent doesn't seem to care about the Wanderer here, so we're going to go ahead and block there. Alright, we get a Forever Young out of our opponent. Now it's our turn. Let's see, so what are we going to go ahead and do first here? So we can go ahead and Vraska. Plus to that. Do not sack another permanent. We're going to go ahead and play our Nissa here. Nissa is going to go ahead and activate a land here. And Ajani is going to put a plus on everything. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the Clockridge Troll with the Wanderer. And go ahead and smack with the Plains because it has Vigilance. Alright, so our opponent's in a pickle because they have double the casting cost. However, they do have a lot of mana. But not much our opponent can do against us right here. Ritual of Foot, that does a lot. Elspeth conquers death, so I get to bring back out a planeswalker. Go ahead and Sarkon here, since we have quite a bit of planeswalkers on the field. And we go ahead and get our emblem with Vraska. Give me a good game. Okay, so our opponent finally let us use that Vraska ability. So now we're going to go ahead and Sarkon, use all of our planeswalkers here for attackers, and Vraska's ability activates. Alright, so here's our matchup against Korvold. It's one of the meta deck matchups. So here we're looking at our hand. We got mana, we got some fast planeswalkers we can play, so this is a hand that we're going to go ahead and keep. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play our Watery Grave tap. Going to go ahead and play that tap for 2 life. That's the turn. Our opponent plays an Arcane Signet. So now we have enough to go ahead and Ashiok, and we go ahead and use Ashiok's ability to mill our opponent. Get rid of their graveyard. So we know they're going to be slow, so we can go ahead and get Ashiok off. So our opponent just Assassin's Trophied it. So that's going to give us some land there. Not a bad trade-off. So here, let's see. What's that? We're going to Table Passage, so we're going to thin out the deck a bit. Go ahead and get a blue source and play your other Ashiok, and go ahead and start creating creatures. Okay, Cavalier Thorns from our opponent here. Alright, so now it's our turn. We're going to pay the 2 life for that so we can go ahead and discard our opponent's Cavalier Thorns. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and create our token there. We're going to go ahead and discard the Cavalier Thorns. Then we're going to Domri. Add mana just to plus Domri. And then we're going to go ahead and attack. Exile some more of our opponent's cards there. So the more we mill opponent, the less likely that they'll be able to draw something really good. Unless they do it in their opening hand, it's pretty much golden for us. Okay, so we see a Mayhem Devil from our opponent. So they're going to go ahead and start setting up their stack outlets. So Cryptic Daze, they deal damage to Ashiok. My turn, we're going to go ahead and add the red mana. Go ahead and play our Sarkon. We're going to go ahead and add another token, and then we're going to go ahead and make these planeswalkers. And mill our opponent again. Let's see, the opponent does not want to trade, so we go ahead and get that damage in there. Okay, Trail of Crumbs from the opponent. They cast at Korvold. They're going to go ahead and stack the Trail of Crumbs. Mayhem Double triggers, hits Ashiok, Korvold is out. So what we're going to have to do here, we're going to have to Ugin the Korvold. It's really the only option that we have to do here. So we go ahead and get rid of him there. And our opponent realized this and scoop. Alright, so here we go against another meta match with Talia. So far, not liking what I'm seeing. There's a lot of big drops, so we go ahead and mulligan. Got Mulion Ling in our opening hand, as well as Quick Healy. So that is exactly the hand we want when we're playing this type of matchup. Alright, so we're going to head and throw those in tap. Alright, perfect. We're going to go ahead and stick Healy here. Hasty one out of our opponent there. So he goes ahead and gets Kali out. There's the Healy. We got a Ritual Slip there, so we're going to go ahead, Temple of Silence the Scry, and then put down Muyan Ling, which is really going to help us against these flyers here. So we're going to knock that down. And pass the turn to our opponent. Alright, Ancient Vitality out from our opponent. They're getting rid of Saheeli here. They really want to kill Saheeli, so take out Saheeli. Okay, that's totally fine. So now what we want to do is, our opponent has mostly 3-drop creatures here, so we're going to go ahead and Ritual Foot. Gets rid of all of our opponent's gas. Now we're going to create the bird token for ourselves. Alright, so you have the scales, so it is flying, so we can get maximum value out of our Muyan Ling. We're going to go ahead and throw down Ashiok and create some of those tokens as well. Then we're going to go ahead and pop in with our bird token. Okay, our opponent scans the field. Elspeth conquers death. Gets rid of our Ashiok, so no more of those creatures there, but we still got our Muyan Ling. That was probably the best save that we could have had. So Kurraku, and go ahead and make those tokens. Then we're going to go ahead and attack in with both. Get that cards exiled. Because the more cards that go into exile are the less cards that our opponent's able to use against us. So that's one of our powerhouses right there. Okay, nothing from our opponent. We go ahead and put down the Steam Vent and play our Deafening Clarion. Okay, so we get the emblem for Kurraku. And we go ahead and we're going to get another elemental bird. Alright, so we're going to hold both of those back, so in case he comes in for an attack. We get a flash Angel of Grace from our opponent. Elspeth conquers death, brings back Seraph of the Scales. It's looking pretty rough for us here. But luckily, Seraph of the Scales doesn't have haste. Heraldic Banner from our opponent. It goes in with the Angel of Grace, and we're going to block our Muyan Ling and keep it alive for 1. Ooh. Destroyed one of my birds, so Muyan Ling dies. So that's no bueno for us, but we do get to create wolves, and we do have a Kenrith. That's going to give us haste. So it looks like from everything that we can do here, we're going to go ahead and throw our Narset down, activate its ability, get one of these for backup, and go ahead and use Kenrith's ability, but that should knock down our opponent. And no tricks up our opponent's sleeve, and we got it. Alright, so here is the Euro Brawl matchup. New version of Simic Ramp since Theros release. Alright, so we play our command tower past the turn. It's basically just me and the opponent. Ancient land drop, so big growth spiral once I play Domri. I'm going to go ahead and add that, which is pretty nice to have because these type of decks can have counter spells. So we get a Euro out of the opponent, they gain their life. Euro didn't escape, so it goes back. Okay, so we get Mana Geode out. Nissa looks good, so we'll keep it on top. Go ahead and add that mana plus Domri. Alright, so we get a Vivian Reed out of the opponent. so they're going to be looking at the top of their cards, so they know it's coming every time. Alright, if Fabled Passage comes out, we need to thin the deck. Save that Banishing Light. We'll go ahead and add green mana here and cast Nissa. Opponent cracks their Evolving Wilds. Nissa comes out. We're cracking our Fabled Passage. We're getting the blue mana so we can play our Teferi. And play our Teferi, and boom, King Vivian. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and plus Teferi. Vivian's not that big of a threat. Alright, so more ramp out of our opponent. But doesn't look like they're drawing anything that they can use. Rune from the Ashes, okay. More ramp from the opponent. Alright, now we have a Cameo. Oh, more searching from Cameo. Alright, we're going to go ahead and stock in the breeding pool. Use Domri's ability. Go ahead and cast our Kenrith. I'm going to go ahead and reanimate our land. Going to use Teferi's plus ability. What we can do here. So we're going to go ahead and put a counter on one of these lands. Alright, so we'll use the breeding pool and the rest can attack our opponent. And then we use the Banishing Light to get rid of Vivian Reed. Alright, we still have the haste we could use Kenrith for, but it's no need to do that now. Cavalier of Thorns, perfect for Elspeth Conquers Death. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put a counter on our Kenny here. Alright, so we go ahead and cast Elspeth Conquers Death and get rid of that Cavalier of Thorns, so it's exiled. It's going to go ahead and add mana for Domri. Going to go ahead and untap this land, and then Chandra is actually going to give us 2 elementals, and it's a fair trade-off. We get an extra card on the field, and we still get out 4 damage. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hit all in on our opponent here. It looks like they got a lot of ramp but didn't draw anything that they could really use. Alright, so they finally escaped their Euro. Gain their 3 life back. This part here. Alright, we get a Voracious Hydra out of our opponent. Our opponent tries to eat our land, but we can go ahead and put a counter on it. And the opponent scoops. Now we have Mizzet. This hand looks pretty decent. I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan. Alright, so we're gonna keep this because we still got our Gideon. And we also have a G-Spark, so it's pretty cheap removal. And it's going to be good for Mizzet. We don't need the planar cleansing just yet. It's too expensive for us to play. We want to search out some more lands. Okay, so we go ahead and crack our Evolving Wilds and go ahead and start getting out things that we look like we can use. We need green for Ajani Greathearted. We still need double white for Gideon. Okay, so now we have double white, so we go ahead and draw out the Gideon there. Okay, can't use this yet, but we can plus Gideon, so we won't die this turn. Okay, Electrostatic Field out of the opponent. Goblin Electromancer. So Gideon's dead next turn unless they can do something. But that's okay because it's taking the attention off of our way. So the plan here, okay, we're going to go ahead and Banishing Light and take it away from the Goblin Electromancer. Gideon's going to go ahead and flood and back in there. So they either wanted to sacrifice their Electromancer or just take the hit, so they chose to just take the hit. So this opponent is actually looking to do team damage to us. Alright, so take the breeding pool in. We definitely want to save G-Spark for Nemesis, so we're going to go ahead and play Braska. Go ahead and get rid of that. Leyline pings us, but that's okay. Alright, our opponent looks a little confused here. Alright, Crackling Drake. Really don't want that to start pinging off. Because once Nemesis comes out, they're going to be going instant after instant. So this person is holding back their instants that they can use. So we're going to go ahead and use Dugan to get rid of that Crackling Drake. Leyline pings us again. But we successfully get rid of it. Things flying in the air are actually going to be a pain for us, but we're controlling the field pretty well, picking off things one by one. Alright, so Electrostatic pings us. They get to go search their library. Here. Okay, it looks like they found what they were looking for. We lose our Ugin, play the Flames, play the Ajani. We're going to go ahead and create our cat token. And then we're going to pass their turn. Okay, it looks like our opponent finally cast their Niv-Mizzet, what we've been saving the G-Spark for here. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Niv-Mizzet. It's going to hit us. Niv-Mizzet's going to ping. Alright. So now we have our Ajani here, so we can go ahead and double Ajani. I'm going to go ahead and get another cat token and go ahead and gain life to increase their cat token. So now we got counters on those. We're going to go ahead and put it in. That was kind of dumb. But hey, they have vigilance anyway. Alright, nothing from our opponent, so we go ahead and Arcane Signet here. Then we're going to go ahead and get more life there. We're going to gain life from the other Ajani. So our life total's gone back up. We've got some powerful creatures here. So now we're going to go ahead and all attack. So they're going to go ahead and attack their middle creature. Because they want the ping damage from the other two. Alright, so here is where we'll go ahead and play our Kenny. And I honestly could have played him earlier and gotten some trample damage in there. Alright, so Agent of Treachery comes out. Steals the Ajani. Really a bad call for our opponent. They really should have stole one of our tokens. But now our opponent's going to try to build up their life. Little do they know that we're going to be able to take out that Ajani. So get ourselves some life, plus the creatures there. So you see here, Kenrith that can actually give us trample, and then we're going to add a +1 counter if they decide to block. So either way, this Ajani's going down, and these two can go face. Alright, so we go ahead and attack there. So he does block, he doesn't want to lose the Ajani, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, so we just have to pump 4 more times. So that's 1, 2, 3, and our opponent's scoop before we can get to 4. Alright, so here is the mirror matchup. The Niv-Mizzet Reborn style list that we have here. So we see a ley line from our opponent. try that Ajani. It'll be fine to keep. Okay. Slow start from our opponent, so let's try again. We're keeping that Sarkon. And we just gotta build up the mana for what we need. So we're gonna go ahead and get the Healy out here. Chromatic Lantern from our opponent. They got their ramp on. But now we're gonna go ahead and cast our Ajani here. We're gonna go ahead and create the token. Then we're gonna create a cat token. And then this is where I noticed that turn -2 can make us copy that cat token, and then when we gain life, I will also get a counter on the artifact token as well. So we got a Wishclaw Talisman out of our opponent. Command Tower. Let's go ahead and we play our Sarkon. Alright, so the Healy goes ahead and copies the cat. We're gonna gain life. And honestly, should have made my planeswalkers before we did that. But we got a decent amount of life in there. But now we're going quick, fast, in a hurry. We see the Nemesis out of our opponent. That's okay because we have the Wanderer saved for that. We're going to go ahead and crack our Fabled Passage here. Get some more land in case our opponent has a trick up her sleeves. I'm not going to cast Kenrith just yet. I'm going to go ahead and copy Johnny there. Make sure I did the Planeswalkers first. Now we're going to gain life. And honestly, should have held it until I played the Wanderer first. But we went ahead and did it anyway, because this should be good game here. So we go ahead and exile the Nemesis, all attack in, and good game. Alright, so we have our non-meta game, God Eternal Petra, but you will run into the gods eventually, so this is just one that you can look out for and see how well it does against it. I will note that Theros is actually, we're seeing more Heliod's in play in the meta, so that's good. Of course, I did the last video on Fluff. Alright, so our opponent's building up a board state here. We are barely scraping by, so we go ahead and throw down Gideon. Gonna plus him. So we really need to get off that Ritual of Split. Next turn we can do that. So that kept the opponent away from our life. And we go ahead and Ritual of Split. Indestructible. So that stays alive, and now they have their God Eternal Petra out. So it looks pretty grim for us right now. Alright. So if we go ahead and Muyon Ling, and go ahead and minus that Petra down because 1 damage on double strike isn't that much. Oh, and now it has fine. So Muyon Ling is double dead now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take and sack those creatures. Got Liliana for removal here. So God Eternal goes back in third from the top. Oh, no, it doesn't. It goes back into his command zone because it's his commander. So they Conclave Tribunal our Liliana. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and Temple of Silence. And this will look good. We'll keep it out. Go ahead and Garroot and get our wolves on the field. And the opponent scoops to that. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think of the new format. Also, leave a like and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm Kurraku Zero and I'll see you in the next video.